Hello, thank you for joining us for the second installment. I appreciate you taking a few minutes out to spend with me. I'm really excited about this because I really think that this is the crux of what we're talking about. This is the foundation of creativity. And I'm calling this Breaking the Boundaries of Limited Thinking, or simply Infinite Possibilities. I'd like to start with a quote from A Course in Miracles, and it says, "What's the one thing that you can share but never lose?" And that's an idea. So think about that as we go through with this, because it also relates to things that are infinite, such as love, God, the universe. Those things, they're unbounded. So I want to talk to you about and encourage you not to corral your imagination. Let down those barricades. Let your ponies run. I was the person, I really had to work on that because I did not believe that I could come up with anything new. I was the one that said, everything's been done under the sun. There's nothing new to come up with. And so there was no way I was ever going to write anything different with that mentality. I had to overcome that hurdle. I had to get out of that. So when I talk about limiting your beliefs and corralling yourself, I want to think about like this piece of paper here. And I know that we can't say that this is the endless universe because it's on this piece of paper, but we have to use imagination because I can't put infinity in here. So anytime that you take something that's infinite and you say, okay, I'm going to put this circle here and I'm going to say, okay, that describes the universe. That circle describes God. As soon as you do that, now you've circumscribed and said, no. God isn't all of this. It's limited to these particular beliefs. And I don't want to talk about beliefs in religion here, so I'm sorry if this offends you. You can go, I'm not trying to do that. All I'm trying to talk about is the fact that when we have limiting beliefs, it keeps us in a certain area and you can't come up with something new. That's all I want to talk about here. And if you are religious, all I'm saying is let down some beliefs. No one's going to steal them. You can pick them up when you're done, but let them down while you're writing so you can have some imagination. The next quote I want to give to you is by Daniel Richnitzer. That's Rchnitzer. And he wrote a book called Mind Lies. I've not read it, but I saw him on Beyond the Secret. That's on Amazon. Great movie. Really inspiring. I encourage you to watch it. He said on there, our beliefs are actually not the truth. Otherwise, they'd be called truth. They're just beliefs. Oh my God. Love that. That was so inspiring for me. It's like that. There's so much meaning and depth to that. So again, that's what I'm talking about, is that this is what beliefs do. They put us in this little bubble and say, this is how the world is. Nothing new beyond that. So I want to talk about, imagine the Wright brothers. If they would have said what everybody else was saying, man wasn't supposed to fly. If man was supposed to fly, he'd be born with wings on his back. Had they accepted the norm, the conventional thinking of that time, we still probably wouldn't be flying. Now, I know we could argue and say somebody else would have come up with the idea, but the point remains that somebody would have had to break the boundaries. Okay, so in order for you to have an imagination, you have to get outside of this little world that we think things are supposed to be. So while we're writing, we can certainly pick them back up again and go back out into the world. But while we're writing, just let it go and allow imagination and creativity to flow into your mind. But you can't do that if your mind's trapped in a prison. So I'm going to think about how people came up with fantasy worlds like Narnia or Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. I mean, they didn't come up with that by thinking about the way the world is on this planet. They had to use their imagination and step out. So the last thing I'm going to talk about, again, is talking about limited beliefs. And I want to talk about Magellan sailing around the world, just like the Wright brothers. Had he stuck with conventional thinking, it would have been a long time before somebody else came along probably and made that journey. But the interesting thing to note is that it took 5 years for the church to accept that Magellan sailed around the world. So the reason they wouldn't accept it was because it contradicted their beliefs. So once again, we're coming up on 5 minutes. All I'm saying is just You just got to set all that aside and open up to what the universe could bring to you, the unlimited boundaries. There's no boundaries, it's unlimited. Open up to that and allow new possibilities to flow, and you really might surprise yourself. Thank you, and have a great day. Please subscribe. I'm not going to try to get money with commercials and make you watch 5 seconds of a commercial. I just want to have a following. Appreciate you. Have a great day.